How's it going, guys? And I'm here to bring you a channel update video, and I haven't done one of these in months, if not like a year. I think the last time I did one, and our issues remain the same. In the background that you're seeing some GTA Online deathmatch, and I think there's a few races later on, just because I think you'd prefer watching this than a black screen. You may be wondering why there's barely ever any content on this channel, and there are quite a lot of issues as to why there isn't, and I'm hoping within this next year most of those issues will be ironed out and I will be able to do this much better, I guess you could say, like much more reliably. That's probably a better way of putting it. And there are a lot of issues personally and within the gaming industry of which we can't do videos, and I'll get onto the gaming part later on. But personally, the main reason first and foremost is the guys aren't, it's not that they're not reliable, it's that because there's 3 of us doing the main content on this channel, and this channel basically started as a solo channel. Like, I was doing this on my own for most of it at the beginning, and I do feel as if it needs to somewhat go back to that, or I need to find some videos that you guys enjoy, but doesn't necessarily require the others to be there to, you know, to still be a very good series. And that is probably one of the biggest issues, is because the guys are they're so useful to the channel, they're so beneficial to the videos, they make the videos better and stuff like that. It makes it very difficult to make content when they're not here. And the main reason in the last few weeks there has literally been no real activity at all is they're not here. Zach went away last weekend to holiday, and I don't know how long he's gone for, so I'm left in the dark until he comes home, and I don't really know when he's getting home, so I've got to find that out. And Charlie went away not last week, the week before, I think. I'm pretty sure that's, yes. He went, even I get mixed up with this stuff. He went away 2 weeks ago, and won't be back for, I don't know, another week, I guess? Or maybe another week after that. I really am left in the dark when it comes to that sort of stuff, and I probably shouldn't, there's not a lot of communication there, and that is probably our biggest issue. So I can't really do Gary's mod, Volkit, or any of those sort of things because they're not here. So they're literally impossible to make. And the reason, another week before Charlie went away, Zach was getting his room done. So we couldn't do videos then because that's where his setup is. His setup is in his room. And when your room's being a port, you can't exactly do a video unless you want drills in the background of your microphone. So it was completely impractical, and it just weren't going to happen. So they're the main reasons. I do tend to post little bits of information on the channel's Google Plus page, Twitter page. Twitter's a bit more difficult because you only get a certain number of characters, and the Facebook page. Like, if you ever just want to know what's going on, it may be on there. It depends. It depends if it's something that's easily explained. If it's something like this, where they've gone away and, you know, explaining how he was getting his room done and all that, that won't be on there because that's just too much to fit. It's like you're basically going to read an essay then, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to read an essay. Too many of them at school. So yeah, those sort of things won't be on the Google Plus page or anything like that. So they're really only going to appear in a channel update video, and I don't know. It's very annoying. Personally, it's very annoying that I can't do content for you guys. Like, you guys support this channel. You like the content that we make, especially when it comes to Gary's mods. Fuck knows why. But we just don't have content. Like, when they're not here, I can't make any videos. And it's been said time and time again between us, we will find a day, sit down, make a load of them, and we can just distribute them out throughout the weeks. And that's never happened because Zach can't sit still for more than 5 minutes without his arse hurting. I know that's a bit TMI, but I feel that you guys deserve the truth. And that's our biggest issue. We just don't dedicate enough time to it, and it's not really anyone's fault. You know, everyone has their own life. They all have their own schedules of which they need to stick to. They have their own vacations, you know, they all have their own bits to do. And I now personally have a gap year at college, so, well, between college and university. It wasn't initially planned. I was supposed to be going off to university this year, but I kind of changed my mind at the last minute of what course I wanted to do, balls a load of things up, and now I apparently have a gap year. So that's going to be happening, and I will be able to dedicate a lot more time solo-y, if that's a term, to the channel. I can dedicate a lot of time. I got basically 365 days, and I can dedicate a lot of time in in those many days. And I have a lot of content ideas that are coming up, but the problem is they're for games that either are early access or aren't out yet, and that's leaking into the gaming industry part of this. But the guys also, Zach's going to be starting college September, or sixth form, I can't remember what the fuck he was doing, and Charlie's going off to university, because we were initially planning to go to university, not at the same university, but both go at the same time. But obviously now I've got a gap year. He hasn't. He still says he's willing to do them. Like, when he finds time, he'll still do them. So that's, fingers crossed, going to not be an issue. But it's going to be less time. And, you know, the channel does need to go somewhat more solo with me alone as it started off. Because otherwise there's just never going to be content. You guys will get a video once a month, you know. And it sucks. I really hate that. It annoys me. I started YouTube for a reason. I was bored. The reason I started YouTube, and this is a true story, was I wanted to try out PC gaming, and my parents were like, that's too much money. Like, it costs too much for a PC, and you're right, in the UK you get ripped off for PC parts, and I just wanted to try it out, and I wanted a good PC to play some games on, and I used YouTube as an excuse. But I've learned to love it. I love YouTube now. I love making videos. I edit for... So the Gary's Mod videos themselves take around 6 hours to make, fully. So getting everyone together, recording it, editing it, making the thumbnail, everything like that takes 6 hours. Give or take 6 hours. That's a lot of time to dedicate to something, and I wouldn't do it if, like, I didn't find it fun. That would just be really stupid. And it's not as if I'm doing it for money, none of that crap. Like, you may notice there's never any ads on these videos because I haven't partnered. People, like, I'm not going to say who, but I have had messages from networks to say, oh, partner with us, oh, all this stuff. But I feel that partnering is when you're ready, not when they tell you are. It's so stupid in that respect. And a lot of people just get caught up in that. They see a partnership deal and they take it. It's like, remember why you're doing it. Like, if you're doing it for money, okay, but make it plain clear that you are, because otherwise you just look like a douchebag. It's like, I still haven't done it, so I'm not doing it for money. I really couldn't care less. It would be a nice necessity. I'm not gonna lie. It would be a nice thing, and a lot of people already do it. But it's not the first thing on my mind. The first thing on my mind is, what can I make for a video? And I sit there for about an hour just constantly thinking what I can do, and I just get lost in the time and just can't remember what I just can't think of anything. That is the biggest issue, and I love doing this now. Seeing all your supportive comments and stuff on the videos, and, you know, like, nitpicking at things that we do in the videos and things that we balls up. I find it hilarious. I love it. I love seeing that sort of stuff, and it's really fulfilling, and I love seeing it. And yeah, I really do enjoy this, and it really does piss me off greatly that I can't give any content out, because I look forward to the comments. I look forward to seeing the comments. Yes, okay, you do get the occasional hate one, but, you know, you can't dwell on one hate comment out of 20 really good ones. You know, you would literally pull yourself apart if you did that. So I really, really do thank you guys for sticking around and definitely supporting the channel. And for as long as this, especially when there is no content, it really does annoy me, and I just need you guys to know that. Now, moving on to the industry part. The reason we haven't ever really branched out in games recently, and me alone haven't branched out in games, is because there isn't many. And you may say that that's bullshit. No, there are tons of games. How many games would you say are in early access now that look good but don't work? That is the biggest problem. That is my biggest issue. A lot of the games I want to play and offer the sort of experience and content that I'd like to provide are either in early access or they're so broken that they just can't give you content. Like, you can't make videos on a broken game. Otherwise, you're just not gonna make a video. It's gonna be crap. And I like to make sure that my content's somewhat okay. Like, at least good graphically, and audio. Audio's still a big problem for me. I'm still working on that. Trying to find the perfect sort of match, if you could say that. But, you can't play with a broken game. And a lot of games are in early access. And when they're in early access, they're either got mechanics in them, but the mechanics don't work, or they aren't optimized. So when you play the game and record at the same time, you drop to about 10 frames a second and can't play the game at all. So it's really stupid in that respect. Like DayZ itself, DayZ Standalone, I did 2 episodes on DayZ Standalone, and granted, the times in them were good. The things that happened in the videos were okay, I guess, but that is literally the extent of it. Like, what I showed you and what happened in those 2 videos of DayZ Standalone was literally all the game is at the moment. Like, there's no cars, there's no base building in the standalone game, that is. The mod is brilliant. Like, the mod has everything in it. But the mod, again, is a mod. It's very glitchy. And DayZ videos, when I make them, they take hours to make. Like, playing the game itself is a long haul anyway. To get any sort of footage, you need to play for about 10 hours, like real time, to get good footage, because you just end up running in a field for like 3 hours of that, and then you're at the traders for another 2 hours. So you spend a lot of time playing the game, and then editing it, finding those clips in 10 hours worth of footage. You spend a little over a day. Like, well, I do anyway. I spend about 18, 19 hours editing. Maybe not that many. But it's about 10 to 12 hours making a DayZ video. I think 24 was kind of ridiculous, actually, now to think of it. No, yeah, it's about 10 hours to make a DayZ video, because you have to go back through the footage and find the good bits. I guess I could note them down, which may save time, but that game's very clunky, and when you're in a gunfight, you don't want to do anything but focus, because otherwise you'll just die, and then you just wasted everything you did the hour before. So, yeah, it takes ages to make those videos. So it's not as if I can just make DayZ videos, because one, I know you guys come here for things like Gary's Mod as well, so I can't just make those, because I would literally kill myself. They take so long to make, so that's not really 100% feasible and really worth it, I guess you could say. And the standalone itself just doesn't have anything in it worth playing for at the moment. And again, early access plagues it by, it's a zombie game where the zombies don't work properly, and there's like one every blue moon. You never ever see them. Early access is such a bitch, and I really wish it wasn't a thing. It's like one game put early access on its title, and it's now like a huge thing. Like, everyone jumps into early access, and it ruins content, really. Like, you can make content on it, yes, but it's not going to be very good content. And games like The Forest is a game that I'm looking at greatly of playing, and I'd love to do videos on it. Like, the content I want to provide isn't conventional Let's Play. That's why there's never really any videos, because I want to focus on something that's somewhat unique to the channel. DayZ, you can create your own story, your own content. Everyone's content is somewhat different. The action is different, the placement is different, the guns are different, the bases are different, and games where you can make up your own story are the games I want to play, because it makes the content unique to your channel. Or at least with Gary's Mod, yes, I guess you could say that is Let's Playing, but it's got our own little thing to it. It's got the face cams, the scare count. It used to be the swear count, but the notion of 3 of us, and it's always been 3 of us. and we play it in a very specific way. The cameras swap, you know, it's different. It's different to how other people play it and how other people make content on it. And going back some time since I made the Penumbra videos, Jesus Christ, like a year and a half ago, those videos are kind of conventional Let's Plays, you know. Okay, they're scary games and people enjoy watching people get scared, and obviously, yes, that's somewhat different. Like, your reaction is going to be different to someone else. You're still playing the same linear story as someone else. So, I've never seen the point in it now. Like, I used to, but now there's just so many people out there that do it, it doesn't really matter, you know. The great thing about Gary's Mod horror maps is the horror maps are different. It's not a game, it's a map. You know, it's people make maps every day. Like, there's a new map on that workshop every day. Whether it's horror, whether it's Trouble in Terrorist Town, whether it's, I don't know, anything. Prop Hunt, or just a conversion from CSGO or something. There's a map every single day, and they're different. Like, the maps are different themselves, so they provide their own little thing, and obviously, when you make content on it, you support the person that made that map, you know. And I love that. The whole community idea of YouTube content making, I think, is awesome. I love that. So, yeah, that's where I'm pretty much getting at with this, and that's the reason we have been very inactive, and I just hope it clears up some conspiracy and things that people have been wondering, you know, about this channel, why we don't make videos, and when videos do go out, they're very inconsistent, or they're very consistent for a little while, and then they're completely off the rails. So I just hope it clears up a few things, and I don't think I ever covered that the last time I did a channel update, but again, that channel update was like a year old. So I hope you guys understand, and I have got a good few ideas. It is the summer holidays now. Obviously the others are going to want to be out, yes, and all that sort of stuff, but we will find days. You guys are here to support, I'm here to create crap. So I will see you in the next video. I have got a lot of ideas, especially GTA-esque. You know, it's coming out on PC soon. I have pre-ordered it for PC, and the enhancements are very good. But yeah, I have got a lot of ideas for GTA, especially with that content creator thingy-mabobby that they have. And yeah, I will hope to see you guys soon. I don't know what the next video will be, seeming I don't know when the guys get home. But just look out on the channel, and I'll see you soon, guys. Stay tuned, stay awesome. Goodbye.